Hi everyone, my name is Julie. I'm not sure if I'm live. Okay, there I am. Sorry, my little live button wasn't coming up. Hi, my name is Julie. I am the owner and founder of Lady Faulti. You are either watching this video on my Facebook group or my YouTube channel, which are both called Lady Faulti's Light Healing. Today we're going to be talking about 3 easy crafts you can do for Beltane. If you are not sure what Beltane is, I do have videos up that you can go back and watch, but we're going to smudge real quick, so I'll go over quick what Beltane is with you, just the real simple basics. So Beltane is what most people would just call springtime. It's the return of everything coming back to life. The animals are having their babies, they're coming out of hibernation. The plants are budding, so the whole rebirth of spring is what Beltane is really about. But the other part of Beltane that people don't really know is that it's also a time that the veil is thin, like it is at Samhain. Samhain, we honor our ancestors and the deceased, and so it's fall, the leaves are dying and all that. And so in spring, it's the opposite. Everything's rebirth and coming back. The veil is also thin then. Oh, sorry, my husband is messaging me. Turn that off. And so we're going to do a couple of crafts for Beltane. They're probably all things that you have heard before, but maybe didn't realize that that's where they came from. So some smudge there. I'm going to just do some quick Paleo Santos. I'm actually going to light our candle while we're crafting today. I put a few of the items up that you might need. Hi, Bree. I can see your comments. Last couple of times I haven't been able to see any comments. So hopefully that will continue to work for me. Thank you for watching. We're going to be talking about a couple of Beltane crafts, but we were just going over really quickly that Beltane is about the rebirth of our planet. So the flowers are coming back, the animals are coming out of hibernation, all of those things, little baby animals are being born. And so it's all about rebirth. But again, it is a time that the veil is really, really thin. So you might be seeing some activity going on. I've had visitors for the last week or so that have been here trying to get my attention. So that's been fun. Lots of activity going on here. And I just either tell them that they're welcome to hang out, or I tell them they got to go, depending on what I'm doing and if they're bothering me or not. They're not scaring me, bothering me. Just sometimes they get a little persistent, and I'm like, time to go. So, Beltane crafts. The first thing we're going to do is, and I'm completely surrounded here by crafts and stuff, so you're going to see me reaching behind me. My desk is only so big. Hopefully going to remedy some of that today. That's my project, is to try to make this workspace a little bit wider than what I have. But anyway, you're going to see me. Morning, Donna. Thank you for watching. Present and accounted for. Yay. I'm so excited. I can see people. I can see comments. My little eyeball is back, so it's telling me how many people are on there. Maybe Facebook was listening and fixed my complaints. Who knows? But we're going to make 3 easy crafts. And I'm going to be honest with you. Normally when I come on here with a craft, I have already done this at least once. And we're going to be doing some new crafts today that I myself have not done. So usually when I've done a craft, I've kind of worked out the kinks and the bumps and figured out the easiest way to do stuff. And I haven't done that with this one. So that could be a little interesting for us. The first one we're going to do is really simple, and it's only going to take a few minutes to go over. I'm going to turn my camera down so you can see the workspace and hopefully not drop you. All right. See, I don't like this. This is going to have to get fixed here somehow so that you're not seeing my laptop, because there's no sense in seeing my laptop. But now you're just looking at my boobs. All right. So I picked manila folders for this. You can use a thicker craft paper. You can use a cardstock. Anything that has a little bit of a stiffness to it, you can use. The biggest part of this craft is, well, let me show you. I'm going to open it up so it's a full sheet. And then you can make these any size you want. But if you have a bowl to trace, so I have an old bowl here that I'm going to just put down and trace real quick. I thought about doing the stages and then just showing you the stages of it, but I decided against that. So now I have a circle on here. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut that out. And I'm not going to probably be super pretty about it. You can take more time than me. Just because we do have 3 I want to get done today. And hopefully we'll have time to get them all done. I mean, we can go over certainly, but I'm trying to still keep it to the hour. All right. So cut out your circle. Did I even say what we're making? We're making Mayday baskets. I don't know if I told you what we were making. So just record that in the bowl. And so now you have a circle. And basically what you're going to do from that circle is kind of think of it as a piece of, as a pizza. And I don't know which side. I guess I'm going to do it on this side. And you're going to basically draw an X on it, like if you were slicing pizza. And I'm not very good at slicing pizza, but I basically just made it like a slice of pizza here. And so then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut out one of the slices. And get rid of that slice. You don't need it. All right. So you got Pac-Man. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, is to make a couple of them. I bought a package of the manila folders, so I think there's like 8 in there. So I'm gonna make a couple of them and fill them with some sort of goodies or something, and maybe leave them on some doors of some relatives. But so once you have your Pac-Man here, basically all you're going to do is kind of make a little cone, and you can then glue it or staple it or whatever you want. This one doesn't seem to be, it's not quite, I think I actually could have maybe cut out 2 slices, but I suppose now it's extra, it's a little thicker. But you could staple this or glue this. And see, this is where it's going to get tricky, because I don't want to use staples. I want to glue it. but it's gonna not hold. But anyway, go back a step. To me, this right here is the most time-consuming part of it. This is where you're going to decorate this piece now before you do this. So some of the ideas that I had was I buy almost everything at the dollar store, so everything's fairly cheap. I bought some green paint. That one of them I'm going to paint green, and then I was going to cut some of this fabric that's kind of see-through, and then maybe glue it over the green so the green would show through, but the lace would be on it. So that was one idea I had. The other idea was that you could just put the fabric on it without the paint. You can use all different color paints or different fabrics or whatever you want to use. The other thing is I bought, again, at the dollar store, I bought all these little decorated tapes. So that you could, make designs on them, just make stripes or something with them. And then the other thought is you can always use glitter. I'm not a glitter person. Sorry, I hate glitter. Yeah, see, that's what's happening. I guess I have to scroll it myself because I wasn't seeing your comments. It is Flower of Life fabric, Brie. It's actually the curtains I just put in my kitchen, and the curtains were way too long, so I had to hem them. And I hate to throw anything away, so I figured this is a nice fabric. I could use it for crafting, or I could use it for medicine pouches, or I can use it for a despacho. But I had a couple pieces because I had 4 curtains that I had to hem. So I always love to reuse things. All right, so I guess the key is I have to scroll. The feed is not scrolling itself. So I will have to just keep remembering to try to check that. All right, so yeah, so you can basically decorate this like however you want. And I would decorate it before, especially if you're going to paint or something, because I think it's just easier to work with when it's flat than when it's like this. And after you decorate it, paint it, color it, I got all kinds of Sharpies. I've got all kinds of colored pencils. You can Mod Podge it if you want. That's another idea. If you had scraps of a thinner paper that were like maybe nice pastel colors or something, you could Mod Podge it. So that's just Mod Podge and a paintbrush and the paper. So you paint on the Mod Podge, you put the paper on, and then you paint over the paper with the Mod Podge. And it looks really nice. That's how I did my ancestral box. But I used an old newspaper. But you could use a nice pastel colored paper if you had it as well. But you could even use just color crayons. So despacho at the same time, yeah. Yeah, I know, Brie. My despacho video was, well, let's say it was crap because the sound was all messed up on it. I almost said the F word. Was all messed up on it. And so that's what I'm going to do again at some point. So once you've got this colored and glued and it's going to stay, you can do a couple things. I have ribbons that I have saved. Again, I'm always thinking of some sort of craft I could do with something. But these were ribbons that I bought a pair of bed sheets, and the bed sheets were tied like with a ribbon, like a gift. And I took them off, and I'm like, I don't want to just throw these away. What am I going to do with them now? But so what I'm going to do with mine is I'm going to cut it in strips, and then I'm going to hot glue gun them in there to make the handle. So I don't want to quite get into doing all of that because, you know, glue drying is kind of time consuming. What if you try creating your circle from the other side of the paper? What do you mean the other side of the paper, Donna? I don't know what you mean. I'm not quite sure what you mean, hon. So sorry, I'm trying to think of what you mean, but I'm not quite sure what you mean by the other side of the paper. Sorry, can you try to clue me in? Sometimes it takes me a minute. But yeah, so then I'm just going to cut this ribbon in like 6 or 8 inches and make the handles. So after I've made them, I will come back on and show you like the finished products I've had that I'm going to have, but I just don't want to get... Okay. I don't know what I did, but apparently I did it right, Donna. Yay! So yeah, so after I've done mine, because like I said, I'm going to do probably 6 or 8 of them, whatever I've got for folders. I don't know. I think it was 8 in the package, but maybe it was 6. And so that's going to be one of my projects over the next couple of days. Because then, like Bree said, you go around on May 1st and you hang them on the doors of your neighbors, of your family, or whatever. And you can fill them with goodies. Or the other thing, if you wanted to use it more for just a decoration, what I would do is I would either fill it with some taffeta. That's like way too much, obviously, but, and then you could stick some fake flowers or real flowers in it. Or you could use some of the moss, and all of this stuff is at the dollar store. So you could put some... Does it hold better? Yeah, I think it might. It's really going to just be the glue. So I'm going to hot glue gun it, and I don't have a place to plug in my hot glue gun over here. Again, this is one of my projects, is to clean up this space a little bit and make it hopefully a little bit more work. You know, it originally was more for my classes, and I didn't need a whole big workspace, just enough space to put, you know, like a notebook or a paper or something. But now that we're doing more crafting stuff, I need a little bit more space. So, you could put some moss in there as well. It's not quite as colorful. You probably can buy colored moss. But then you could just cut some fake flowers and stick it in there and make it decorative, or real flowers if you wanted. Here in New Hampshire, real flowers are not available yet. So I will come back live though, and maybe not live, but maybe live, I don't know. And I'll show you the finished products. I have some of this too. This ribbon was pretty. This was off. My husband and I have been married 8 years. And this was on a wedding present that came to us. And again, I didn't want to throw it away because I thought it was really pretty. And so I will use it for a craft at some point. All right. So moving on to the next one. It's kind of a play off the maypole. And so I bought one of these little candle plates, again, from the dollar store. So I try to keep things, you know, really inexpensive. But if you want to go buy something a little bit more expensive, that's perfectly fine too. I just find that, you know, it doesn't have to be expensive to be beautiful. I'm just trying to peel off some of this sticker off the back. All right. I usually have my little garbage pile over here in the corner that you guys can't see, but today you can see it. That's okay. And again, I'm not really going to do this one so much. Um, gosh, completely lost my thought there. I'm not going to do this one again because it's going to need the hot glue gun, and I just can't bring it over here, and I don't want to take all the time to glue it and have it dry. I could have picked one and done it, but they're pretty simple, and I don't think you guys need to actually see the glue dry. um, oh, yeah, that's a good idea, Bree. At some point, I want to put some like nice white curtains in the bedroom, like over the bed or something. So maybe I could use it for that. All right, so plate from the dollar store, and you can do a better job at taking off the sticker than I did, but it's really not going to show when we're done. And then a candle from the dollar store, and I attempted to take the sticker off, but it's still there, but I'm going to scrub that off a little bit better. And so what I'm going to do is, again, all this stuff was from the dollar store, all these ribbon. They're all 6 yards or 18 feet, which is the same thing. And so I'm going to hot glue gun a bunch of them to them and cut them, and then weave them around the candle, just like a maypole would. And then at the top, I've got some flowers that I was gonna maybe try to glue, depending on how the top the ribbon comes out, because it's gonna be all the different pieces glued here. So I wanna do something around the top to kind of hide that. I did have a ribbon for that if I decided to, but the other thing is I had some stick-on butterflies, so I'm going to maybe stick a butterfly on there, one or two when it's done. So again, sorry, I'm not going into all the details, but I think you guys probably, don't need me to hold your hand through it. But once the candle is all decorated, I'm going to hot glue gun it to the plate. And then I'm going to, once that is dry, I'm going to glue. You don't have to do the glue, but I'm going to just so it doesn't spill. You can kind of glue gun the whole section here. And I've got these little colored rocks, again, that I got at the dollar store, and I'm going to put them all along the bottom. So they're kind of glued on there so that if anything tips or falls, it's not going to make a mess. But you don't need to glue them on if you don't want to. This one has a nice lip on it, so I could just pour them in there, but I'm going to try to glue them down. And then the other thing that I like to do with these candles, because they're pretty cheap from the dollar store, is I like to burn them down about an inch or so. And then I drop in different essential oils and I sprinkle in different herbs. And then I blow it out and kind of let it harden back up. So some of those herbs are in there. Just to kind of give it a little bit of a scent when it's burning. So again, like normally I do the craft all with you, but because it's so much gluing in these, I'm not gonna do them because it just would take too much time. The third project I'm going to try to do with you, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm just going to move this stuff off here. You could paint this too if you wanted. I mean, you could glitter it up. I'm going to just do ribbons. I'm more of a natural kind of a look. Even this was hard for me. I kind of wanted to get the brown pebbles, and but I was like, you really need to bring in the pastels. So but I really like more of the natural look. But you could glue rhinestones to this, you could glitter it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's just kids or whatever things glued down is a little, if it gets knocked over. Of course, if it's a candle and it gets knocked over, it's an issue, but we don't have to make a mess at the same time. But certainly you could, like I said, you could paint on like the glue and roll this in glitter if you wanted, before or after you did the ribbon. You could glue rhinestones on it. Like I said, I'm just going to put a couple of the butterflies on. And they actually are like little 3D butterflies. I don't know if you can see that. They have little wings on them. So I was going to put maybe 1 or 2 butterflies on it. But again, like I said, you could put rhinestones. You could put glitter get the plate back here. With the plate, if you didn't have the stones, you could again take the moss or the taffeta and kind of make a nice little, almost would look like a bird's nest, wouldn't it? You could make that with a little thing and then put a little fake bird in there. That would be cute. So yeah, just kind of a play off the maypole idea for the candle. The trickiest part is going to be getting these all glued on and then weaving them. I think I'm going to have to glue them so they won't be glued like straight on. I will have to kind of angle them and then wrap them. So yeah, might be a little tricky to figure out because I want them to be kind of like the maypole look, the woven look. So we can play with that together, I guess. You could take flowers. I bought some flowers at the dollar store and then I pull them off the stem. You could just kind of make a nice little array around the candle that way. And do that. Make a nice little candle that way as well. So really be creative. Certainly crystals. You could put lots of crystals in there. You could put crystals in the candle. You could glue crystals on the candle. You could put crystals at the bottom. Brie, you could even kind of grid on it if you wanted. You could, do a 4-directional grid or something on it as well if you wanted. It might even be neat if you put the pebbles down and then grid on top, if you had some bigger stones, and grid on top of the pebbles. I mean, really, it's endless, like the things you could do with it. And like I said, this is all like super inexpensive stuff. So $1, $1, $1, and then all those flowers were $1. And then I paid $1 for each of the ribbons, but those ribbons I can use for other projects as well. And I don't think it'll take all of these to make, I probably won't use this whole package because I don't want it like really piled up. I just want a layer on it. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So $8 to make that. The butterflies I already had, but I did pay $1 for a package of those. And then, like I said, the taffeta was at the dollar store. The moss was at the dollar store. So you really can think of however you want to do it and be creative with it. You could put herbs right around here, fresh herbs. I don't have any right now, just because my herbs haven't started to come up yet. The only thing that's come up from my seeds so far is my beets. But I have a bunch of herbs that I've planted too. But yeah, so I really would like to see what you guys come up with. I hope you do the craft, and I hope you send some pictures. I'm going to do these crafts today and post up some pictures. So, all right, move all of that aside for now. The third craft. Sorry, bad back, sitting on a bad stool. So I got a headband from the dollar store. I wanted a thicker one. And the only ones they had were like this plaid color. So I did go over it with my green paint the other day so that it was dry already. You can use green pipe cleaners as well. I didn't go with the pipe cleaner thing because all the dollar store had was the Christmas, like glittery green pipe cleaners, and I wasn't really jiving on that. But we're gonna make a flower crown, and oh yeah, you have to finish doing the newspaper. Yes, the newspaper probably comes before crafting, Donna. Um, so the headband, I'm gonna wear it like a normal headband. So you know, like a regular normal headband. Sorry, you can't see that, but um, the ones we did, I made something last year, but it was pretty much already done. And so all I had to do was I just glued some ribbon and a couple of crystals to it and called it good. Again, I like my things like super simple. I'm not a big, if this was full of flowers, I wouldn't wear it. So that's not a project I'm going to get into now. And you know what? One of the things I needed, I didn't pull it out, and I hope that I have it here somewhere. I literally have well, you can see. I have 6 of these things full of crafts, and I have this whole basket over here that's full of craft stuff. Put some googly eyes on it if you want. I do have glitter, just not a glitter person. It's not my thing. All right. Chipstones, paintbrushes, witch hazel, fish line. All right, not finding the item that I need. That's not going to work well here. These are all my different dried flowers and all my different tapetos. And I have other dried flowers here. All right, so it's not in there either. All right, well, this may be a problem. What I'm looking for is the green wreath wire. Yeah, I could use the fishing line, but I don't think it'll work as well. There's some glittery letters. You could stick those on your candles. All right, let's see here. Running out of baskets here. Sorry, ribbons. Twine. You guys are seeing my craft supply here. More ribbons. Thanksgiving ribbon. Sorry ribbon. Valentine's ribbon. Christmas ribbon. I'm telling you. Samhain ribbon. Again, no. Well, I know I have some, guys. So this is going to be kind of a problem. Ouch. But I'm going to use twine for right now. Oh, I just bent my fingernail backwards. So what I'm going to do, because I can't find my wire that I wanted, I'm going to use some twine. Fabric art. Glitter is too messy for me. I'm like, just glitter gets on everything and you can't ever get rid of it once it's here. I was even like double guessing buying this glitter tape because I'm afraid it's going to come off the tape. Sorry, phone. Yeah, I love the look of glitter on certain things. but it's just too messy. I like, because one of the things I was thinking was with the May basket, if I could find a like a spray glue that would make a mist, and then like if you could just somehow run the tips of the flowers in the glitter, and so that it would almost kind of catch the light like they might be wet, like from the dew. I was kind of thinking something like that. But yeah, it's one of those things I don't really play with it much just because it makes too much of a mess. All right. So what you want to do with your headband, or like I said, if you have pipe cleaners, you're just going to take the pipe cleaners and connect them to make a full circle. So you would just connect them and then you would wear it actually like a crown. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to keep about an inch or so from the end. And then I'm going to just kind of wrap it around. And this doesn't have to look super pretty, this part. Like I said, I was planning on doing the green wire so that it would match the green paint I picked. But you know what? Sometimes that happens for a reason and we just go with it. I am really not great at hand-eye coordination stuff. So, and then on the other side, if you have the pipe cleaners, you can just keep going all the way around. But where this is the headband and it's open, now I'm going to just kind of go around and then kind of go back in a crisscross like the other way, or try to. So what that's going to do is that's going to give you something to tuck your flowers or feathers or whatever it is you want to. This is not coming out very tight. Again, like I said, I normally do these things once before I come live to work out the kinks, but you know, it is what it is. All right. I'm going to wrap that around and just kind of tie the knot on the inside. I'm expecting a delivery today that I have to sign for. And I figured he's probably going to come right in the middle of friggin' this video, but hopefully not. All right, so I just tied that off, and then I'm just going to cut the ends so you don't see them. Again, I had painted this green with the intention of using the green wire, but keep thinking I hear somebody, but maybe not. We've had some visitors here the last couple of nights because the veil is thin, and so that keeps me on my toes lately too. All right, so basically what I did is I just kind of made some crisscrosses here so that you can kind of take this, decide which way is going to be the front, and you know, this, it doesn't really matter, but if you're doing the this way with the copper pipes, yep, with copper pipe, I don't think so. With the pipe cleaners, again, just kind of decide which way is up and which way is going to be down for you and go from there. So I'm going to just use this as the front. And basically from here, again, I'm going to go back with a hot glue gun, but these things are very hard with these little piton things to get them to stick to a flat surface. I don't know how many times I've hot glue gun them, and then I have to sit here and hold them and hold them and hold them because they just don't lay flat. But what the string is going to do is kind of give you that that option to kind of tuck it in the strings and have the string kind of, the wire, again, probably would have been a little better because the wire would have been a little bit less movable. I'm making up words, less movable. Would have been a little bit easier to put the flowers in there. But so I'm just tucking them under the strings to kind of get one of the things I did with my wand that I made is these little leaves that I had that kind of, looks kind of funny with nothing in there. I glued chipstones in there. So again, when it moves and the light catches it and stuff, it has just that little bit of a sparkle, almost like if there was like a water droplet in there kind of thing. You can get a hot glue gun with glitter in it. And yesterday when I was, not yesterday, day before, when I was at the store getting some stuff, they actually have it was a purple glitter glue. So it came just like in a container like this. And I think it might have actually been from Mod Podge, but it was purple glitter in the glue. So you can use something like that. That would be kind of nice if the glue was transparent, and then you could almost just put a few strokes of the paint maybe on the leaves or like on the tips of the purple flowers. Because that's basically what I was thinking about. Like if I had almost like an aerosol kind of a glue, and then I could just take the flower and just kind of run it through the glitter after, and then just shake it off that way, and get kind of like a look on the outside. Actually, I think I want to do a white one next. The one I made last year was already wrapped. Really, like I said, I would try to pull it down if I could, but I don't think I can. And basically, like I glued like 3 crystals to it and some ribbon and called it good. I'm like, I'm done. But honestly, I'm probably not really going to wear this. Just because I'm not a big flowery kind of girl, as I'm sitting here in my black, t-shirt. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think when this is done, I'm going to find that wire and redo this because the twine is just stretching. It's not like really super tight. But the point of it was to hold the flowers there. So then in the back, you could just kind of go in with the hot glue gun and glue it and not have to be trying to hold them there and glue them and place them and everything, that the string is going to kind of do that for you. So even like this, just, the 3 little flowers with a leaf on it is good. I could leave it just like that. The other thing that I was thinking was the purple and the yellow, because there is, you probably can't see it, but there is a little bit of yellow in the flower. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. But there is a little bit of yellow on the insides of these flowers. So I was thinking you could take the purple ribbon and glue it like different lengths in the yellow. I'm not doing very well today. But you could take the ribbons and glue them again to the top in multiple strands and different lengths so that they would hang down the back of your head. So, but yeah, I really need to find my green wire because this twine is just basically coming off. So I think this is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it like this, just the one leaf and the three flowers. I have actually, you know what? I'm gonna put the darker purple on here that I have. And then put the leaf back on. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and redo this with the wire. Because the taffeta, not taffeta, the twine is just stretching too much. The wire won't give like that. Wire will hold a little better. I do kind of like the look of the brown on it. So I might put it back on there just for visual, because I kind of like the little frayed look here that it's giving. But I think what I'll do is I'll do the wire, then I'll go back with the twine for the look. And then the three flowers with a leaf. And then I am going to cut a bunch of different lengths and glue this to the back. And that's it. Because like I said, I'm not a big, I don't wear a lot of flowers. I don't wear a lot of colors. I don't wear a lot of different stuff like that. I'm not really a girly girl. I like to wear my jewelry and I like to have my nails and makeup done. But other than that, that's about it. That's as far as it goes for being a girl for me. Other than that, I'm pretty much in my black t-shirts and messy hair, which is really weird. But so that's pretty much it. But like I said, you could certainly put all these flowers on it and make a huge one if you wanted. If you were going to wear it this way, more of a crown, I mean, I could put that on that way. It would be a little weird, but I could put it on that way. You could certainly put a lot more. Come on. I'm trying to get it in that little X right there. You could go all the way around with flowers. This way. And then, yeah, I'm going to put the camera back up for just a second here. Back to me. I'm just tucking those flowers in there for a second so you guys can get the gist of what I'm talking about. Like you could make probably not going to stay. But. And you could actually put, you could actually take the little plastic piece off the leaves and put them yeah. So you take one of these, you can pop the plastic piece off, just pops right off, literally, pulls right out. And then you could take the flower and the little stem and push it through there and give it that kind of a look. Yeah, I'm not a big flowery kind of person, but um, I didn't mind the purple and the white pansies. They had some great big like daisies and giant flower things, and I was like, yeah, no, that's not really something I'm gonna wear. But hey, I won't judge. Like, if you want to go full flower and glitter it to the ends of the earth, go for it. Um, Everybody's style is different and beautiful. But you could go and then wear it like this. And then what I would do is, now it looks like I have weird pigtails, but you could tie take this off so you can see. Now I look like Rambo. You could take the ribbon and tie it like right here so that the ribbons were coming down both sides. Sorry, my crafting did not go well as far as actually having finished products today for you, but just because so much of it did, like I said, requires glue, and it's just too time consuming to sit here and watch the glue dry. But I did, like I said, I do like this look, this fuzzy brown twine look. So that's probably why I couldn't find my green wire, because otherwise I wouldn't have done that and wouldn't have realized that I liked that look. So I'm actually thinking I have like a ton of twine here. I wonder if I could like literally put a strip of glue and wire the whole thing. Maybe that's too much though. I don't know. Again, you could paint this a different color. You could paint it pink, purple. You could color this with glitter. I could have just left it the way it was. It was black and white, kind of a plaid look. But it was kind of an odd thing for Beltane. It's black and white plaid. Yeah, I could certainly just wrap some wire just around like this main piece, because that's really where the flowers are going to go on mine. But if you were doing the pipe cleaner, which was going to be like a full crown, this is not. But so if this was your pipe cleaner and it's kind of a thinner, looser, material, and you could wire the whole thing, and that would kind of help keep the pipe cleaner in the wire, would help keep the shape. This is my feathers. Not, not with the hair today, but so those are my feathers that I wear once in a while. I don't really like things on my head. I don't like hats. I don't like, I've never really liked headbands or anything. So, kind of an odd thing for me, but I was told in a past life, I can't get that to hang back up now. I was told in a past life, I was made to wear a helmet. So I was a soldier and I didn't want to be. And so I didn't like the helmet. And so I guess that's why I don't like things on my head now. But, for a ritual to wear something for a little bit of time, I'm good with it. So again, I'm going to put my flowers just like in this piece right here. And then same with the ribbon. I'm going to put the ribbons just like right here. So they're going to kind of hang down to the back. I kind of just like it like that. So again, kind of not a finished product here for you today, but I am going to do them all today. Now look at what my hair is doing. Who knows what my hair is doing? I am going to finish them all today at some point. Gosh. I don't know. I'm going to finish them at some point all today and get pictures up there for you of all my finished products. So I'm hoping you guys will do them too and show me some pictures. Just reading comments here because now I can see comments. I'm so excited. I had to scroll at first because it wasn't, it like only showed me the top comments and it wasn't scrolling. But once I scrolled that first time, now it seems to be scrolling automatically for me. I don't know. And just as soon as I figure it all out, Facebook is probably going to change it on me again. They love to do that. So that's pretty much it for my Beltane crafts. I'm going to sign off in just a second here, and I'm going to actually find my wire wrap that I need and get my glue out. Sometimes I use super glue, or I have some E6000 in here somewhere that I use once in a while. But if you want it to dry a little faster, I find that the hot glue gun works the best for that. Super glue and the E6000, if you're going to make something that like you really don't want it to fall apart, they are the better ones to use than the hot glue gun. But I will tell you, it takes about 24 hours for them to really, really dry. I moved them. I don't have them here. When I glue crystals onto the little pendant pieces that I have to make them necklaces, I use the E6000, but I literally have to glue it and set it there and let it set, and I cannot touch it for 24 hours because it takes that long to dry. But I know that unless somebody's being really rough with it, those crystals are not going to come off. Where sometimes with the glue gun, you can just kind of pop them. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just pops off from the glue. So for something like this, that's going to just set and not really be moved around too much, I'm going to use the glue gun. For this, when I get the wire on here the way I want it, and I get the flowers on here the way I want it, I'm going to use the E6000 because I do not want those flowers to come off, but we'll have to sit overnight and not be touched while it dries. Because I find if the flower falls off and then you just try to stick it back in there, it doesn't set as well. You actually have to go back in, set it, and then put the glue on again and leave it 24 hours. So it really needs to set somewhere where you're not going to bump it or bother it, or it's not going to get touched to really hold. So those are going to be my projects for today, besides cleaning up my workspace here. So, oops, looked like I froze for a second. All right, so we're coming up to our hour. Didn't really go as well as I had planned. I was actually hoping to get the wire and have the I didn't think I'd have the flowers glued, but I was hoping to have, be able to at least have it enough so I could put it on my head and show you. But this string is just too stretchy. It's just, yeah. It's not going to stay. I give up. So I will get them all put together, and then I will get the pictures posted up for you. Feel free to tag anybody that you think might want to watch this. Feel free to share it. As soon as I'm done here, I will have it saved on Facebook, and then I will upload it over onto YouTube for people to find on there. And I think that's it. So I'm really sad to say that my 2 weeks off is almost over. I have really enjoyed being home and doing like a ton of projects. I have made my wands. I have worked on starting my mala. I have made pendants. I have made, I don't even, like, can't even tell you all the things that I have worked on and made. I planted all my herbs and my vegetables and got those started. Like, I have just done a ton of stuff since I've been home. And everybody's like, oh, after a few weeks, you'll run out. And I'm like, no, I could literally stay home and do this all the time and come on here and craft with you guys all the time. Hopefully be better prepared. But unfortunately, I need to pay bills, and all my crafting supplies, even though they come from the dollar store, are not free. So I guess I have to have a job and get paid and to buy my crafts. So, all right. So that's pretty much it for today. Next week, weekly forecast will be on Monday as always, but it's going to go back to 7:30. And crafting on Thursday next week is going to be doing a sacred box. So one of your projects for this week is to find a box. You can buy just like, I know Family Dollar has them sometimes, Dollar General has them sometimes. Just those little wooden boxes. They're not very fancy. They're just like a little cheap pressed wood box. And any size, could be bigger, could be smaller, however you want. This one I've already decorated, but we're going to be doing a box together. So this was an ancestral box. So I'm going to fill it with things that to honor my ancestors. But the box we're going to make is more of a for your tools. So if you have some things like maybe you like to carry with you, stones, a wand, something like that you might want to carry with you. Or some people, like, I have a box that I'm making. I didn't decorate it or anything, but I have a box that I'm putting together. See if I can do this without spilling everything. It's got a glass top, and it was a really old box that my husband found out in the garage. I don't know where it came from or whose it was, but I'm filling it full of crystals, and I'm going to actually take this to work and have this on my desk. So I'm kind of going through the crystals that I have doubles or triples or quadruples of. So you could make something like that if you wanted to get something with a clear top, whatever you guys want to do. But yeah, some sort of box that you want to decorate. It could be a new box. Like I said, you can just go to the dollar store, not the dollar store, but Family Tree has them sometimes. Not Family Tree. Family Dollar has them sometimes. And Dollar General has them sometimes. You can certainly go to a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby or whatever is near you as well. You can order them online, or you could just use a box. Like I said, that was an old box we had. I could certainly paint it, decorate it, glue stuff on it to decorate it if I wanted to do that. Maybe that is what I will do. I don't know. It's an old box. I kind of hate to ruin an old box. Not that it would be ruined. Ruin's not the word. Alter. I don't know if I want to alter that nice old box. So I'm going to probably get a new box to do. So yeah, so that is pretty much it for today. I hope you guys have a really great weekend. Stay safe, and remember, be kind. I've kind of almost gotten off Facebook this week. Like, my phone gives me the notifications, and I go in and reply to comments or see things that my friends have posted, but I really haven't scrolled through, because the 2 or 3 times that I have, people are just being mean and nasty. Some people are not happy with having to stay home, and I get it. For some people live alone, and that's very hard for them to be staying inside. Some people are people that just love to be out and about and going places, and so that makes it hard for them. I get that, but some people have just been a little mean and nasty on Facebook lately. So it's going to go back to like what I always end my videos with, be kind. Be kind to yourself, but be kind to someone else. Because, even though we're not out and about in the public, we're still interacting with each other on a pretty regular basis. It's just not face to face. And I find that people tend to be even nastier when it's not face to face. Yeah, I got called a few names this week by some guy I don't even know. So, and I just, I said, thank you for calling me. And then I said, and this is the end of our conversation. And I turned off all the notifications, and I apologized to the lady whose the post was, and said, sorry, I didn't mean to cause conflict here. And she messaged me back. She says, no, your comment was fine. It was the other person. And she says, and I have spoke to him. Yeah. So if that is happening, just remove yourself. It's not worth getting into a big, long thing with the person. I probably shouldn't have even said what I said. I probably shouldn't have even put, thank you for calling me. I should have just completely backed out of the conversation and left it at that. But I basically told him I wasn't going to engage in his conversation and his name calling, and turned off the notifications. So just remember to be extra kind to people. I don't think I really need to tell you guys that, but maybe it's a good reminder that, not everybody's going to always be kind back to us, and how we react to that can make a difference too. So anyway, lots of love to you guys. Have a great weekend. The sun is shining, so hopefully I'm going to get outside for a few minutes today and do a little bit of grounding. Yesterday it friggin' snowed. Mother Nature's just all over the place. So, all right. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm really excited that Donna and Bree got to be on here with me, and got to do some little interactive going on here with some comments and some questions. It was really nice for me. I know it's hard because my videos are usually so early in the morning, and most people can't get on here, but I did really like that there was some people on here to interact with. So, all right. Thank you, Donna. Love you guys. I will see you guys all on Monday. If I don't see you at the end of the day, I'm not sure if I'll post pictures or go live. Depends on how much of a mess I am at the end of the day. So I will see you guys definitely on Monday. Have a super great weekend. Lots of love to you all. Thanks. Bye-bye.